Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Good afternoon, and good afternoon to my fellow legislators. I, too, was in that committee meeting, and it was very unfortunate that these ladies that traveled the distance they didn't have an opportunity to speak. I've since had a conversation with the chairperson, and it was a positive conversation that we as legislators don't let that happen again. But what I'd like to do today is I want to speak for Ashley. She was there today. And her statement is this: I was 20 years old, and I'd been studying biology and been working on my creative writing assignment for several days. I felt nauseated, and I had a mild pain in my abdomen. She didn't think much of it, and it was like something I ate. These symptoms are normal for someone who has a sensitivity to common foods, and I kept working through it for the next several days. But then the pain didn't go away, and eventually radiated onward and into my pelvis. I started to feel like someone was setting me on fire inside, and each progressive day was worse than the last. On a whim, I took a pregnancy test. Never before had I had a plus sign felt so much like a negative. At that point, I knew I had two real options. I could go to an emergency room where an explanation of the benefits would generate and be sent to my conservative father at home, whom likely would kick me out once he saw the diagnosis. Or I could go to a local health center in town that operated on a sliding scale. I called the center right away, and after that, they heard my symptoms and made room and encouraged me to come in immediately. Once I got there, they explained to me that I had an ectopic pregnancy. Hopefully I pronounced that right. And I was warned if this was not dealt with within days, I was looking at hemorrhaging to death. Thanks to their care, I was saved and I was able to be here with you today. Abortion access is important to me because autonomy over my body is an essential right that needs to be protected for all. Legislative restrictions and have real consequences for people who need access to this care. Had I been subject to a waiting period, it is a possibility that I could have bled to death because of the pregnancy. In addition to giving me the life I want to live, abortion kept me alive, and for that I am supportive and clear, unrestricted access for all who need it. Everyone deserves the opportunity to thrive. Everyone deserves access to complete reproductive care, including abortion. This is Ashley. I'd like to add this to this. You know, my faith, I don't believe in abortion, okay? I have an adopted son I'm very, very proud of, love him dearly. But that's a decision that we made, my wife and I made, and we made it as a family, okay? So I think it's a woman's right with their family and their physician involved to make that decision. Who are we to make that decision? You have to ask yourself that. Who are we to do that? We don't know the situation these folks are in, what they have to face in life. It's unfortunate, very unfortunate. But I would encourage each and every one of you not to do this, okay, and to vote no on this bill. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.